need a massage. My neck kind of hurt. I'm like, go put some freaking clothes on. And everybody sees it. And my fiance at the time.
Welcome everyone. We have a rare person on here. I've only done one video before. Going with my boyfriend Chad here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Everything in between.
Well, yes, I had to hijack him. So today we're going to do a more hot button topic. It might upset people or have people blow up. That's fine because the more attention on my channel, the better. So today's topic is men's self-defense. So I've been driving to work, and every now and again, I hear this commercial where they're like, you teach your boy how to hit every home run, how to hit every base, how to hit this, but you never teach your boys what not to hit. And they say that that men cannot and should not ever hit a woman.
F all that. See, I believe in equal rights and equal lefts. You know, anybody can get these hands. They're ready to eat for everybody. Okay, now being really serious. Now above that, I'm an equal opportunity whooping deliverer because where I come from and where I've been, women are just as deadly as men. The human body is a weapon. It's all about leverage and, shot placement, aka where you hit somebody. You can get a little 6-year-old girl. If you teach her how to throw a kick, she could bring a grown man to his knees with a one swift kick to the gonads. And anybody strong enough to stump somebody's throat out and, bump that. I mean, I ain't gonna be up no little kids per se. Might throw one. But you wanna step to me and act like you wanna fight, I'm gonna make sure that's the last thing you do, at least for a while. Because, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, I held true to my morals. I didn't hit this girl, but I'm missing like 4 teeth and she clawed out one of my eyeballs. But I didn't hit no girl because I'm a real man. No, I'm a fool.
I was kind of oblivious to a lot of the stuff before I met Chad. I was oblivious to a lot of stuff. And I'm not sure if I ever believed in the whole men should never hit women, but I never really put much thought into the idea of how pathetic that sounds. So, I'm not entirely sure why we're still in this day and age believing that men should never hit women when, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but I feel like a lot of the women know this rule and try to
exploit it.
Yeah, exploit it. And of course, when the men finally do give up or give in, should I say, somehow the women have leverage despite the men obviously being beat up themselves. Everybody would just point to, you should have had more composure.
In order to protect yourself, I just say, men, for one, it's good to know how to talk down a situation. This is whether it's a man or a woman that you're dealing with. 2, always have evidence of your innocence and witnesses. That's a big plus there. Get an example, right? My last duty station, I was being sexually harassed by a white female. Keep in mind, I'm a black man. This white female was sexually harassing me relentlessly. Had I just looked at her wrong, my black would have got kicked out of the army quick, fast, in a hurry. But she did a lot of stupid stuff. See, first incident was when I took her to a spray tan salon, and on the way back from the place, she's flashing me in the car. It's like, check out my tan lines, and just pulling up the shirt. You can see everything from north to south, all of that. And I'm like, Carol, cover yourself up. And I'm like, nobody's going to believe that she did that. But luckily, Private Carol was stupid as hell. We got to the barracks, and she's showing other dudes, check out my tan line, and she looks real. And she's just flashing everybody. And I'm like, thank you. I'm like, she was doing this to me in the freaking car. So we report this, and leadership's like, oh, well, just stay away from her. And I'm like, what? That's it? Hey, we've been trying to force her to show, oh, that's sexual harassment. Oh, everything bad under the sun will happen to us. And then, other things started happening. This has been over 13, 14 years. So I don't remember, the rest of the order of things, but she would do stuff like come into my barracks room while I'm in the shower and then try to hop in the shower with me. So I got tossed out the room, cussing and screaming at her, and everybody seeing this. And I'm telling what the hell happened. We go report it. People write statements, witness statements. And JAG certifies them or notarizes it. My unit does nothing. Just to stay away from her. I'm like, at least give me a dang no contact order. That's the military restraining order. They wouldn't even give me that. I'm hanging out in the barracks. She comes out of her room, with nothing but a towel on, saying, hey, Specialist Hatter, I heard you're good at massages. I need a massage. My neck kind of hurt. I'm like, go put some freaking clothes on. And everybody sees this. And my fiance at the time is in the room next to her, and she hears me yelling at chick. Everybody comes out of the room that wasn't already out in the hallway, sees a half-naked Carol trying to coax me into her room. Or, I could be just minding my business, go into my barracks room, and Private Carol's in there butt naked. So I gotta cuss her out. And guess what? Every time I reported this, had people write statements, my unit did jack. Carol got off scot-free until she did something stupid that did not concern me, got in trouble, got put on what they call extra duty, and, had to have leadership watch her do menial tasks all day, every day for like 45 days. And one day, they had to get me to watch her. And I'm like, hold up. I'm like trying to get a no contact order with this woman, and y'all sitting here telling me I gotta go watch her, and it's just me and her? No. And they're like, oh, you gotta do it. Da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not even the high enough rank to do this. But they tried to put that on me. So I was like, all right, bet. Call all my boys. I'm like, hey, look, dog. They're trying to make me do extra duty with Private Carol. I need y'all here as witnesses because y'all know she's going to do something stupid. So showing up, all my boys are right there with me. We're watching her, and she's like, F this, and just leaves. Just literally walks off. So I call our first sergeant commander, and they're like, when she gets back, you detain her until we get there, because they were out doing something. So she comes back, and I say, hey, by order of the first sergeant, I have to detain you in your barracks room. And she hauls off and actually slaps me. So I put her in a rear naked choke, put her to sleep. Everybody's cheering and on, like, yes, son! And I drag her by her ankle to her room, just toss her to the ring. And she goes and complains to the first sergeant commander about what I did, even though I already told them I did that. So they decide they want to try to have military police come and arrest me for assault. And I'm like, I'm glad y'all want to play that game. So all those statements that everybody wrote in the past, and every time I mentioned in my statement I was denied my request for a no contact order for this girl, I showed that to MPs when they showed up, and they just looked at the whole thick packet, and I'm like, and y'all can try to do something sneaky with it too. I got digital copies. So yeah, they just looked at it first, started like, did you know about this? And then they just stuttered and everything. So they just kind of arrested Private Carol for assault, took her down to the station. Nothing happened to me. And then, and only then, they told her, just verbally told her to leave me the hell alone. But that didn't really slow her down. What slowed Carol down was an ex-girlfriend of mine. But that's a whole other story in itself. Went to basic training with her, and when I was telling her about all this stuff, she said, hey, I know that girl. I'm like, she's not really fat, but yeah. But she knew her whole name and her last four, because they were basic training. Bottom line, my ex-girlfriend beat this girl to basic training because this girl kept pissing her off. So she said, next time you are around her, call me and put me on speakerphone. So I did just that. And yeah, I've never seen that girl get so scared in her life. But she threatened to whoop her behind. Afterwards, Carol was like, how do you know Pravada? And I'm like, easy. Showed her a prom picture. Yeah. Then on. No problems from Carol at all. But that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is you can choke out a white girl and not go to jail. Black guys, you can, but you have to be completely in the right. Yeah. That means obviously you can defend yourself, if you got your woman attacking you. But you got to be smart with it. Record it. Have a lot of witnesses there. And when the cops come, be calm. Talk to them. Tell them exactly what happened. Everything that happened. But that doesn't mean stand over somebody and just beat them down, to a coma. I mean, you just know what you're doing, like a good swift 1-2 should knock somebody out if you do it right. Because, if it turns into just trading blows, then that's mutual combatants. Everybody goes to jail. Well, everybody should go to jail. So yeah. Just disable your attacker, and yeah, you'll be all right. But it's best to just talk somebody out of that situation. Learn verbal judo. I'm not going to teach you that in this little section today. I
am not in any way knowledgeable of this sort of thing. It's just something that I knew was BS that I kept hearing on the radio. I don't know why. I mean, ideally, you want to teach if you're trying to go off what the radio station said, you want to teach your son when is the proper time to actually use self-defense. I know it's a bit difficult because school makes it seem like any self-defense is against the law, but self-defense, no matter what the gender, no matter what the species, no matter what it is ideal. So if you have to go off what the radio station said or any commercial you hear that says teach your kids not to hit, just teach them when to do it. Self-defense is important no matter what the situation is.
Yeah, dude, for real. Like, for instance, growing up, when I was super, super young, I got some serious trouble with my mom because when her and my dad split, we moved to like roughneck area of town. Me being a black guy with a white name and that could actually read and all that fun stuff. Because this when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. That's not a good look for a black kid. I got jumped, beat up, bullied, all that stuff, like relentlessly. And my mom would find out that I never fought back because, in the white communities, they always thought violence is wrong and da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just getting my behind whooped. My mom told me one day if she found out I got my behind whooped again and I didn't fight back, that she was going to whoop my behind because, hospital bills are expensive. But I didn't take it that way. I took it as if I lost another fight, she was going to whoop my behind. So in my time living in North Charleston, like from then on, like, because kids were stupid over there. Like, they wanted to jump me, I tried to unalive them. So imagine a 6-year-old kid getting jumped by, 8, 9-year-old kids that are in the same grade, because this is like really dumb part of the country where people are just value being stupid. So I'm getting bullied. I'm beating the crap out of these kids to the point where they got to go to the hospital because they got broken limbs, and their parents are coming ready to fight me. And I'm ready to fight the parents too, because, well, I'm like, I'm not getting really beaten by my mom. So it wasn't like, I rarely fought one-on-one. It was always 1 versus 4, 1 versus 3, 1 versus 6. And, I had to really bust these kids up, boys and girls. Like, the few one-on-one fights I had, only one of them made any sense. That was because she was supposed to be in 5th grade, and she was beating up all the little boys in the class. I guess it was supposed to be my turn, and I beat the brakes off this girl. And I remember the substitute teacher, he looked like the comedian Sinbad. I don't remember his name, but he clowned her because of how bad I beat her up. Like, he was, oh my God, it was an epic beatdown in the auditorium. The kids were cheering me on. It was glorious. But every other 1v1 fight was pretty dumb because it would be like, I got jumped by these 4 kids. One of them might have had a stick, and one might have had a brick. And I sent 3 of them to the hospital, and the other kid just got away with like a black eye or a busted lip, and the next day want to come fight me one-on-one. Like, you stupid kid? Like, you're going to get waxed, for real. But, like, I never started a fight. Don't get the wrong idea. Like, while I've gotten a lot of fights, I've never thrown the first punch. Like, I may have hit first because, like I said, I never threw the first punch. Someone else may have threw a punch. They missed or I blocked it, but I proceeded to beat that behind. And, yeah, like, growing up, that's the way it always was. When we moved out of the black neighborhood back to the white neighborhood, I was, like, about to conclude that black people were just stupid. Yes, I'm black, I said that. Because all the white kids I got in fights with, they were a little bit more smart about it. They come and try to fight me, get their behind whoop. They come back with more friends, not less. And of course, they'd all get beat up. But then they realize, hey, you know what? Let's just not fight this guy. And that was, pretty smart there. Whereas the black people, they're like, they wanted to get messed up or something. I mean, I ain't never seen a classroom that had so many kids in casts. Like, and it was all because of me.
You see, I never really got into fights in school. I wish I did, so I know exactly how fighting even works. I mean, I've had some petty stuff, And the only, I guess, quote-unquote fight I actually was in wasn't even a fight. It was a girl who had beef with my brother and took it out on me just because I said something, and pulled me to the ground and tried to beat it, like punch my face or something. But none of her blows even hurt. I let her do her thing. When she was done, I got up and went about my way, reported her. She got suspended for a couple days, and I got off scot-free. Sure, I should have beat her butt, and I wish I did. But who knows if I would have even done anything, because these scrawny arms has never stood a punch, ever.
Except when she beats me.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, that was Chad and his very insightful stories. Thank you for that and sharing all that information. I knew you had something you would definitely want to add to that malarkey that I heard on the radio station. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys later. Hey everyone, this is Leanne Ribbentide. Thank you guys for watching this far into the video. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, be sure to check out my previous episode, College of Art, where I think I know what I'm talking about as far as people going into college for art. Otherwise, if you want to see more content like this, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you guys and have a good one.